All right, Loki, what are we doing today? What are we doing today, Nate? Is today the day?
I think we're going to aim for today being the day that we're going to kick this thing over and see if it starts. So we've got a few little things we've got to finish off before that.
I actually wrote a list. There's a list over there.
Michael has written a list. I've got a mental list. Michael's gone through the wiring off camera and he said, yeah, it makes pretty much sense. I mean, there's like 4 wires that trigger this thing anyways.
Pretty much, yeah.
So first things first, we've got to start at the rear end. We put unis in the unis in the tail shaft. So I just got to pull the axles out, pull the center out to just have a look. Because he's pulled the diff apart and we kind of just slapped it in and forgot that we had to pull it apart and just have a look. So we need to do that. We need to fill it with oil. So there, fill that with oil. Done. Yep. And then we're going to get to the gearbox. We've got to put a new rear seal in the gearbox. Fill it with oil. Done. Right? And then we need to get to our engine. Fill it with oil. Done. Then we need to get to our radiator. Fill it with water. Done. Right? And then in the meantime, we've got a new bush kit for the shifter. Yep,
because I did the shifter off camera. I managed to get all the linkages working just to figure out how it works.
Yep.
But they're flogged and it needs some bushes through it.
So we've got 2 new bush kits, right? So then that's going to fix all that. We had a look at the clutch the other day off camera. It is correct. It is working. There's just a bit of play in it. We've just got to get the play out of it. So that means that is all good. The wiring should be pretty easy. We're just going to jerry rig up a battery to try and kick this thing in the guts. If we can hear it, if we can just hear it and just idles for a second and it just wants to run, then that means we're 1 more episode away from getting this thing out of here and getting the Cortina in.
Let's get into it.
Are you excited?
Yeah, let's get in.
I'm excited.
All right, so as we said before, I spent a bit of time off camera just to get things ready in this thing. Stuff that takes a lot of time and isn't all that interesting, but also you need to use your noodle to figure out how it all works, and you don't need to be doing that whilst on camera, spending a whole day figuring out why this mechanism doesn't work. So, what I've done, we have managed, this is flipped out, but we have managed to get the shifter mechanisms all working. So I've hooked that up to the column. It was actually pretty simple. It all works by the look of it, so it's shifting correctly. The other thing that I've done is I've put in the handbrake as well too, just because I had it around and I thought, you know what, let's just get that done as well. And I want to make sure we had all the parts. Actually works pretty well. I've adjusted the rear brakes as well too, so that they do lock on, so that's sweet. And I spent some time looking at the wiring in this thing. I sorted out underneath the dash, removed all the wiring that looks like it's been added in from years of just, you know, being cut up and chopped up and things being added to it and pulled out of it. So cut all that isn't factory, cut all that out of it and put all the wires in place where they should be, and have put the bulkhead. So this thing runs 2 bulkheads to the engine bay or to the front circuit of like headlights and such, and then there's a bulkhead that leads to everything that runs the engine. So that's all ready to go. We can lay that loom on today on camera for the engine, and from there, as long as we hook a battery up to it, should be ready to start. So Nathan's going to pull the axles out of the rear and pull the center out and have a look at the diff to make sure that there is actually something in there. And once we've done that, we'll just keep going with whatever else we need to do to get this thing started.
Yeah, just keep knocking it off.
Yeah.
I don't know why that song is in my head.
The good news is when I turn this, the yoke, no yoking, is turning.
Yeah,
so,
I just want to clean out the housing, make sure there's nothing fruity weird in there. You know what I mean?
And we're also missing a sump bolt, so we've got to figure that out as well too.
Oh, I'll just put any random old bolt in there.
Just thread it, just cross thread it.
Like NASCAR it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tech screw. Wing nut.
Yeah.
See, the handbrake works now, so the pads are up tight. What's it go?
Well, they look brand new. That seal.
Yeah.
So, and because look at the fresh grease and stuff in it. But what I did notice is that this is sealed for the axle housing. So I'll take this gasket off and I'll just put sealant because that's lucky. Otherwise we would have had leaky axles.
Yeah, right, okay.
So that's good to see. So that's all right. I'll put some sealant when I throw them back in. Beautiful. Oh, God.
You did get all the bolts out, yeah?
Yeah, I just checked in.
Jeez, just be stronger. before we just decide we're leaving the diff as is. I think it's stuck. So I put the camera down. After all the work I just did, he pulls one pull. That was me loosening the jar for you, mate. Oh, this side doesn't look quite as nice.
See, the thing is, I had a rest. You know, between sets, you have a break.
Yeah, okay.
I had a break, so my arms were down on pump. So that. Why does this side have a boot?
Does the other side have a boot? We just didn't see it. That looks like an older bearing.
That is an older one. It's not as fresh as that one. Not changing it either.
Nah.
Okay, cool, sweet. I got that apart. Now let's pull the center out of it, make sure it's good, clean it. Do diff things.
Alright, so the other day off camera, Nathan and I had a look at this clutch system to figure out what's going on. We reckon we figured out what it is, so we'll show you what's going on so you guys can confirm that and see if we can fix it today. So we mentioned the other day that it looked like there wasn't enough leverage in this, like it wasn't going far enough, so Nathan, my lovely assistant, could press the clutch for me. It didn't look like much, but when we got to here and we had a look, if you go in and out for me, Nath, you can see the thrust bearing is actually going and it's pushing in the fingers, and you can see the clutch actually activating there in and out. So it is working. The reason why the clutch pedal was sticking up, we found, so Nathan, if you release, is it was traveling too far. And the reason why it was traveling too far, strangely enough, is there's a lot of sideways play in this clutch mechanism up here. See that sideways play? It's because it's flogged out in here. And just that little bit of sideways play there is enough to move that clutch fork that much, which is quite substantial. And when you come back to here, you can see how much it moves the thrust bearing as well too. And it appears all that in conjunction with each other is enough to actually get the pedal to like over correct or over center, and it go dong, knocks the pedal all the way up or all the way down, I forget.
All the way up.
All the way up, and it just locks itself out. It just over centers itself basically. So we got an idea on how to fix that. We've just put a couple of washers in there to stiffen it all up and take away that play, and hopefully it should be fixed. So we'll do that now. Alright, so this is the clutch mechanism. So what we're talking about when it has that play is, you can see this one here, which is the push rod. See how much wobblies there is in that? Not ideal. That's what's causing it to kick over and sort of, what did we say before? Overextend, was it? What are you doing in the background? So anyway, so my plan is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off and slip a washer in there to basically take up that slack to stop it from flexing like that. So hopefully that works. Greasel up, throw it in, and that should be that. Nope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip that on there, and then I'm going to put this washer in place here, and put that on, bolt it all together, and hopefully this should take the slack out of the system. No more sideways movement. Tell you what, I'm pretty good at that. That's one. Oh yeah, the whole
clean as a
comes
whistle
out.
in there. Oh. Looks good. Everything looks clean.
Look how tiny it is.
It's tiny. It's tiny. Oh, okay. So you set the preload winding in that, and then that little tab holds it. Everything looks good. I just got to find a bolt that's going to be the bung at the bottom, and then I'm going to slap this all back together.
Yep.
Cool.
We really got to stop playing with centers.
I agree. There we go. Cool.
Still back up. You found a bolt?
I did find a bolt, yes.
Alright, so I've taken the play out of the mechanism now, so you can see it doesn't have any, or still a little bit, but not a great deal of sideways movement anymore, which should fix it. So now I can throw it back in after I get the grease off my hands, which is put all over it, and move on to the shifter mechanism. I'm going to spend some time now just putting the bush kit through this, because you can see,
floggy boy.
yeah, that's pretty well flogged out. Magic. Why'd you get that thing in my head? Oh god. It's all happening. Alright, I'm trying to cheat here and try and get these out without taking the whole mechanism out again because it's all hooked up to the steering column. We'll see how we go. I feel like you're gonna not quite get it. Come on, you know you want to. Yeah, this bush was stuffed. There we go. Out with the old, in with the new. Lovely! Shifter linkages are done! Clutch mechanism feels solid, no longer wobbling about. Yeah, doesn't wobble about anymore. Very, very happy with that. Much, much better. No more wobbly side to side, see? There's a little bit of play in this. It leaves a little bit to be desired, but that's because that is absolutely rooted. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna pop this seal out. I should put it on this side, eh?
Yeah, now you're working on your lefty.
Watch your head, Fred.
This will be good. Take cover because that screw's about to go flying.
Oh,
Oh, she's in there nice and tight.
She is! It's bending it. It definitely needs a new one, like look at it.
Well, the reason why it needs a new one now is because you just put a screw through it. Well, I'm certainly glad I didn't start this job. All you, bro. Well, he does that. This is flogged out, so I'm going to weld it up and drill a new hole. Because that's supposed to be a much smaller hole than what that is.
Lovely. Now we can see if this. Oh yes. Nice. All right, that's good, that's in. What we are missing is the two little loops that loop over the Driveshaft uni to the diff. You don't have them, so I'm just going to zip tie it in for now. It's probably going to snap them if we try to drive it, unless I might come up with a bit more of a permanent solution. But I just do need to get them. I cannot find them. Dug through all the boxes, cannot find them. So I'll just zip tie it for now. Is that a bit of brass?
Yeah. That's been very helpful. Now I can file that back and drill a new hole and be good as new. I made that hole a lot smaller, so now it should be the size that it should be, so it looks as good as new. The only reason why I did it is because it probably wouldn't have mattered. You could have run it as it was, but there was just a little bit of play. And now that I put my name to fixing this thing, I want to make this thing perfect. Even better than original.
That's what we want to hear.
How good is it now that that's adjustable? You can just sit it there before we had to get the milk crates out to make a tower.
Make a tower.
You know what? I never thought we were going to get there, but finally we have a clutch. Still going strong, this old thing.
Hell yeah, I'm right with that.
We haven't blown up a bottle yet, but today could be the day. If anyone hasn't seen this before, we do have a video on how to make this little contraption if you are looking at making one yourself, because it is super handy, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Ta-da!
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I was waiting for it to be smooth. So we're pretty much done underneath the car now. Diff is all sorted. It's got oil in it. Drive shaft is in with zip ties. Gearbox is now full of oil. Michael's fixed all the bushes and the clutch. So we're gonna put the wheels on it so we can bring the car down, and I reckon we can start laying wiring over it. Put the radiator in it. The heater hoses, block off a few heater hoses.
Yep.
Because we don't have the heat box in at the moment. And see if this thing starts.
So you can see my really fancy heavy duty zip tie technique here. We're going for 3-ply zip tie method here because we just find that to be the strongest and most reliable on unis.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this thing.
It's going to be super loud, you know that, yeah?
When have I ever whinged about super loud?
We don't, but the neighbours will.
do.
All right, Nathan, so for the first time in, I don't know how many years this thing wasn't, all the members are connected.
Yeah, it's cool to see. That's pretty much the underside of the car done.
Yeah.
Besides the exhaust. But yeah, that's it, man. It's very basic, these cars.
Oh, there's not much to it. Well, that looks fancy with a radiator in it, doesn't it? Why is the drill coming out?
Because this car has a heater, so, or we're going to run the heater. So we need to drill out the water pump outlet right there.
Yep.
So then these two hoses will run over to the heater box.
Yeah, so we looked at it, standard photos, it looks like this is correct. It runs to the manifold warmer, whatever you call that.
Yeah, and then these two run around over to the heater box. We're not going to put that in now. We're just going to loop this just to get it running for now. So we are going to drill it out though. Good sharp drill bit, eh?
Yeah. All really stuffed aluminium. Wait till you hit that rag and pull that rag in. Here we go. Tool tip, if you haven't got one of these, get one.
Great.
They are absolutely phenomenal bit of kit.
Are you excited? I can't believe it's coming together.
I know, right? I want to drive it.
We're not driving it, no way!
I'm driving it. I'm going to go from here to the Sandman. That is today's goal.
If you put a tail shaft through this floor, I will laugh.
I'm going to make a tail shaft loop for it, but I am going to drive it. So we just had some lunch. Nathan has kinked over just a heater hose here, just temporarily. The reason being is because we don't have the bolts, or we can't find the bolts to put the heater box in, so we're going to leave that for now. We're just going to do what we've done there. This can come off now, so we can see what we're dealing with. But what I need to do now is, you remember that we replaced the points in this distributor. I've also been told that when you do that, you should probably be replacing the condenser, because the condenser could be the thing that's actually burning them out. So I'm going to replace that now, as well as also put in the rotor button that we tracked down a little while ago. So do that, get that done. Nate's going to put some oil in the engine because we nearly did forget that, and keep going from there. And then we can start wiring her up. Hell yeah! Hey there, little buddy. You're coming with me. So this is our condenser, which I think is pretty much just like a capacitor. I don't know exactly how it works, but apparently need to change that too.
Oh, she's thick. Leaks out of every orifice.
Put some plug in?
Yeah. Anything's a hammer, everyone.
Put that one there. Oh, it's leaking.
Really?
There's a hole somewhere.
Oh shit.
No, I know what's happened.
What?
It didn't drain down, it just ran all the way to the back of the rocker cover. It didn't go into the engine. Can't say I've ever seen that happen before.
Is that not where you fill it?
Yeah, that's where you fill it. It says oil.
Oh shit, it's full.
What? Maybe she was a little toothpick. I think it's just a case of maybe it was filled too quickly and it's just like not sunk, not gone down. Or the oil goers are blocked.
No, it's going down. It's all coming out the back, I guess.
So how are we cleaning that? Well, Nathan's job was to put oil in it.
I did.
He put oil in it, and on it, and everywhere else.
Everything was so clean and now it's covered in oil.
Funniest part of this is, it was when you said, imagine you fill it full of oil and it just pisses out oil out everywhere.
I know. That's why when you said there's oil everywhere, I thought you were taking the piss.
Yeah. The other concerning part of that is clearly that means our cork gasket at the rear is not sealing. We nipped this to torque spec,
Yeah.
and look what happened.
Looks like we're going over torque spec.
Yeah, I reckon we need to nip it.
It really was far out. Poured out the front.
Let's pour it out the front as well.
Yeah.
It's got to be the rocker cover then.
Oh, it's loose as, man.
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why no one ever torque specs a rocker cover. Because we were the first people in history to ever do it, and look what happened. Now, can you calculate how much is spilt? So we know how much we need to put back in?
Oh yeah, I'll just pick it up.
Yeah, put it into a cup for us.
Oh, it's loose as.
Alrighty, well now that we have sufficiently rust-proofed the engine, keep on going, I suppose.
Yeah. Rule of thumb that we learned today: don't follow instruction manuals for rock cover gaskets.
No,
Go to elbow torque.
elbow torque, yep.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating because we're so proud of ourselves of the
I
fact
know.
that we actually listened for once, and look what happens.
Yeah, I know. We got screwed over by it. All right, where you at?
Ready to do wiring loom.
Sick. All right, let's lay it.
Cool. So what we're doing now is I'm just cleaning up the wiring loom because it's just a little bit gunky. I'm just sitting with some CRC, 556, whatever it is. And it's worked pretty good actually. It's coming up really clean, which is nice because it's going to look good in the engine bay, because I'm not going to bother rewiring it or retaping it because this loom is only going to survive the 161. Once we go through away, it'll be a new loom. This one that I got in my hands right now is for the headlights and everything, so this will remain, but you can see how gunky it is?
Yeah.
Right, if I hit it with this, watch this.
Oh, very nice.
It comes up looking pretty clean, hey?
Yeah. And the
Sure.
black tape looks like black tape again.
I've never done this on a wiring loom, like an old wiring loom before. And after doing it, I'd recommend it, actually. Look at that. And the black tape, like you said, is starting to come up looking real nice as well too. There's not much to it. Like this is literally the whole body control of the entire car for the front end
crazy.
here, so there's not much in it. Now that that's done,
Oh, mate, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy, man. There's a lot of wires going on there.
yeah, so now that that's done, we can put in our very fancy wiring loom. It's cool that it's got a bulkhead, I like that. It's a nice touch. Now, this, we'll just go. Alright, so what have we done? We did a little bit of work off camera because it's just wiring, but the wiring is pretty much all hooked up. Ignore this, our current jerry-rig battery system, because Nathan, why is that happening?
We want to put the battery in the boot, we want to put bulkhead in the firewall as well, and we want to do a good job of it, but we don't have all the parts here today, but we really want to get it started.
Yeah,
So we're just going to jerry-rig it now, and then the final episode on this, before it goes, we're going to finalize all this stuff.
so it's got water in it as well too.
Yes.
Have a look at our jerry-rig system so you can see it. That's pretty much what it looks like. Roadkill would be proud. First things first, we're going to go for a crank and see if... Oh, so I suppose we're just going to see if it putters.
We're going to spray, yeah, like some aero start, see if we've got spark and stuff, and if it coughs off that, then I reckon we'll go for fuel.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Yeah.
our plan. So we don't have timing set just yet. We've got it roughly set, but we'll see how it goes.
I don't know why I'm so nervous. It's my first time.
We're going to go for a crank. Are we ready?
Yep.
Steering wheel gets in the way of my key. Ooh.
Go again. Okay. That sounds good.
That's a good start.
Very slow, but it's good.
Try again.
Well, I don't know. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to just go straight for aero start? Like,
I think so.
all right, I'll go get them.
I wasn't ready. Wait.
Just a cough. Just a cough. That's all we want.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
I didn't even check if this is in gear. Hang on. Close it. Oh yeah!
She's gonna run.
Oh, we got no fuel.
Oh, damn it. Do we not have a jerry? All the jerry cans at the factory.
Alright, we don't have any jerry cans here because they're all at the factory, so I've got my lawnmower jerry can, which is only 5 litres. We're going to chuck some into the tank, see if she don't leak. And then we're going to keep some, put some in the carby bowl, to hopefully get it to fire, and then it'll pull the rest of the fuel through. But we shall see. You excited?
I'm really excited. I just hope it, like, once it pulls fuel, this baby just purrs like a kitten.
Me too. I'm hoping the timing is somewhat correct, so that yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kicking over with a breath of...
Yeah, just,
you know what I mean?
I'm hoping it's not like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it doesn't sound like that too, yeah.
Don't overfill it.
Yum, 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 yum.
We'll get there eventually. There we go.
That'll do, I reckon.
Didn't see any go out, but we'll see what happens. Whoa!
What?
Massive fuel leak. It just gushed fuel out the bottom.
Damn, I didn't think it would be that loud.
I told you. All right, massive fuel leak.
Where was it?
Out the fuel pump.
Where?
I checked that hose that goes to the fuel pump. Is that loose? Gushing out. Is there a fitting on the bottom?
Well, it's pulled fuel at least.
Hang on. Is there a fitting on the bottom? Is there a hole?
Oh! There's a hole.
Is there?
Yeah.
That's where our leak is.
Well, we need to bung that up.
It was gushing out, but it pulled fuel.
Mate, it was idling and running.
I know.
And holy shit, it's loud.
I know. I told you.
I couldn't hear myself think.
All right. So we're putting a bung in it. And now we're going to try to start it.
Okay, let's try that again.
I can't believe you missed that.
I know. I can't believe I missed it either. Oh well, alright, kick her in the guts.
Oh, we timed up my eye too.
I know. It's the first time we're not 180 degrees out, thank you very much.
It's only taken, what, 5 cars?
Wheels are off the ground. Yeah! Yes!
We did it!
We got a clutch. Wow.
It's moved under its own power and... Right? Handbrake.
Handbrake. It's now a running driving car. Sort of.
We did it.
Sounds like a Barrow with no exhaust.
You love it, don't you?
I do. Mate, it runs good.
That drove out. I barely gave it any accelerator because I was a bit, didn't know what was going to happen. And it just rolled off the clutch. Like it's running mint. The shifter works.
The shifter works.
It drove out, even with zip tie uni. It drove out.
Mate, honestly.
She's running like a dream.
God, my ears are ringing. Mate.
It barely cranked. Alright, well, that's it. It has officially moved under its own steam, even with zip tie uni joints. But the point is, it works. It's running really, really well. Like it just runs like a sewing machine, which is how I feel all these little red motors run. When we got this car, it was nothing but pieces and parts. Like it hadn't run in how many years?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Ages.
I'd love to know.
So to get it to this stage where it's ran, we couldn't get it running when we had the engine just on the floor. Now it's running like absolutely perfect. I mean, what more could you ask for? This is a success. I'm stoked. We're really happy. Still a few more little things to finish off before we say goodbye to it. We want to just try and finish off a few little things here and there. The wiring obviously needs a bit more work, but that might come even later. It might not even be done before it goes away for the rust repairs. That might be, we'll worry about that later. The point is, it runs. We can move it around the shop now as well too, which is a really big help. Because
Well, I'll get those laps, those U-bolts ASAP, so then we can move it around.
yeah, so you can move it around, which is a big help to us as well. And yeah, I mean, what more could you ask for? The little 161, she did all right. She's a beaut.
Yeah.
You happy?
I'm so happy. It's so good.
Well, like we said, we got probably one more episode on this thing before we send it away, just buttoning it up, the final last things, and then we'll say goodbye to it after that. And then the Cortina comes.
Yep.
And then it goes from...
Which we've literally just been sent a photo today that the turbo is now fully mounted.
Yes, the
so
turbo
we
manifold
can
is
now
done.
start running fuel lines.
So we're going from one single cam to another single cam 6.
Yes.
Just with a little bit more power.
Yes.
And a lot more performance goodies. So we're going from one extreme of resto to drag car.
Full custom.
So I'm very excited about that. Anyway, I hope you've liked this episode. If you have, consider liking and subscribing, and tell your mates about us as well too, because that is a really good way of supporting the channel. Get people to subscribe, help us get bigger and bigger, which means we can do more awesome stuff like this. If you want to support the channel even further, you can head on over to the website where you can buy a bunch of merch, stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, fender covers, thread testers, all those things. Like I said, really does go a long way to supporting the channel. And if you want to go further on that, you become a Hackshop Garage member. You don't need to have a car to be a member. It's just a good way of supporting the channel. You get stuff like member discounts when it comes to things like in our store, as well as you also can come down and hang out with us at private member meets that we hold throughout the year at the Hacktree or other places where we feel like doing it. Word of the day, success.
Yeah. Great success.
Great success. We're very, very happy. Could not be happy with how this thing ran. So, until we see you in the next episode, catch you then.
Round, round, baby, go round, spending that on me.
Hi. It's very agricultural, this thing, the way it works.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Feel like we're farming.
Yeah. Just like a...
Pulling a sled that's grading lines.
Big
I don't know farming things. what do you call that? A grader?
A grader?
No.
No.
What's it called?
That's it. Yes,
You know, we'll leave the farming to the farmers.
Yeah, we'll leave the farming to the farmers. Are these axles straight? Not bent like mine?
Mate, the old 161 can't even spin the tail shaft.
Take. Good boy. Move on to the shifter mechanism. Shift into gear. No? Nothing? Right. Wasted. Brother, ooh. Brother, ooh. Not anywhere near as much movement, which means that this fork here, the forking clutch. The forking clutch
It's
here.
not forking about now.
The forking clutch isn't working against itself, so it's not going to overlap like it was. So, bam, 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 bam. And the bottle just exploded.
And these are custom loops. GJ Drivelines sent us these.
Yeah, they're lightweight. They're meant for lightweight
1000 kilowatt approved.
and quick release. You just give them a quick little snip, and
Yeah, exactly right.
and
So,
if you need more strength, you could probably fit a fourth one in there to make it a 4-play
yeah, 100%.
bolt. Yeah, so
Let's put lowering blocks in it and slam it.
Hey, before we put that down, a lot of people ask us how we find the energy to work full-time jobs and also film every day on the Witcher in a week. There's our answer. Red Bull, hit us up for a sponsorship. Hackshop Garage, built on one Red Bull can at a time. Take it off because there are a lot of live wires everywhere. Oh, let me. You want me to start the 161? Just
Yeah,
one
can you
second.
start it? Yeah.
This could be start-stop technology, mate. This could stop at the lights. You know, you come like. Ooh. Oh, green.
Oh man, what a ripper!